today we'll be teaching, I'll be teaching you the basics of ABGA. Okay, so ABGA is what? Arterial blood gas analysis. We will not talk about the details and all that pathophysiology and all. We will just see how do we check the ABGA, how do we calculate the differential, and how do we decide that what is the type of defect. Okay, so there are certain steps in looking at the ABGA. So the first step is, first of all, you must know what are the parameters which we see in the ABGA. So what are the four basic parameters in ABGA? The pH, bicarbonate, then PCO2, okay, and then PO2. Okay, so on the basis of these three parameters, we are supposed to decide what is the problem in the child. Okay, and I must say all the PGs and all the intensivists who are working in intensive care, for them it is very important understanding of ABGA. The reason being, there are three important reasons. First, this gives you instant result of the patient condition. It can tell you what is the underlying problem in the child, and it can tell you the overall progress of your treatment. So that's why, and in the management of a patient, it is very important to understand all these basics. Okay, so we'll see what are the normal values of ABGA. So pH, very easy to remember. Normal pH is 7.35 to 7.45. Okay. Bicarbonate, normal value is 20 to 28 milliequivalent. Then PCO2 value is 35 to 45. Okay. Easy to remember. pH is 7.35 to 7.45. CO2 is 35 to 45. Okay. And then PO2. Normal value of PO2 is 80 to 100. And less than 60 we call hypoxemia. Okay. And this is also a very important parameter, because at times everything is going right, but when we see the ABGA, PO2 is going 200, 300, and the child is on 6 liters or 7 liters of oxygen. So that also need to be looked for, because your oxygen is going to replace your normal nitrogen in the lungs, and that can cause later oxygen dependence, and it can cause trapping, air trap, or it can cause collapse. Okay, so that's why it is very important to look at the PO2 as well. So how do we read the ABGA? Directly we will see the reading of the ABGA. So this is the normal value. Okay, so anything less than 7.34 is acidosis, and anything more than 7.45 is alkalosis. Okay. Similarly, anything less than 20 is metabolic acidosis, anything more than 28 is metabolic alkalosis. This is respiratory component. So CO2 is a kind of acid. Okay. So since when acid is more, you will get acidosis. So when it is more than 45, we will call it as respiratory acidosis. When it is less than 35 we will call it as respiratory alkalosis. Hypoxemia I have already explained. Now the most important problem is, this is the normal ABGA value. But when we read the ABGA, it is not going to work, because this is just going to tell you the extremities. Ranges are just telling you the extremities, the lower and the upper limit. But what about those hidden issues? How do we identify those hidden issues? So for sorting out those issues, we have made certain limits. So what are those limits? So this is normal value which you are supposed to remember. But when we read an ABGA, you are supposed to remember only one value. Okay, so what is the one value? That is pH of less than 7.40. The mean of 7.35 to 45 is 7.40. So when I am reading in ABGA, anything less than 7.4 is acidosis for me. Anything more than 7.45 is alkalosis for me. So for example, if the patient has got pH of 7.35, usually what we say, your usual habit is normal. This is normal. This is not normal. This is relative acidosis. Okay. So any value less than 7.4 is acidosis. Whether it is 7.35, 7.39, I would still label it as acidosis. Okay. 7.42 is still alkalosis for me. Okay. Because I am an intensivist and I have to read the report and I have to intervene on time. rather than waiting for the maximum this thing, the range, it should not go beyond the range, and the child should not should not go into the irreversible phase. Okay, so we have to intervene in the early stage. So for intervening in early stage, we have decided this mean value. Okay, and this is very important in your MCQs also, whether you go for DM exam, MCH exam, or MD exam, you have to understand this basic concept. Now this is about pH, the bicarbonate value. We know 20 to 28 is normal. For reading, the mean value is 24. So we'll take 24 as mean and normal value. Anything less than 24 is metabolic acidosis, anything more than 24 is metabolic alkalosis. So when the value is 22, we would say normal or acidosis. What is our interpretation? It is acidosis. So हमारे लिए this is acidosis. So when it is 26, we'll call it as metabolic alkalosis. Clear है? So 24 is mean value for me. Anything less than 24 is acidosis. Anything more than 24 is metabolic alkalosis. Correct? Then the third is PCO2. Similarly, for PCO2, what would be the mean value? Very good, 40. So for me, 40 is the normal value. Anything less than 40 is respiratory alkalosis. Anything more than 40 is respiratory acidosis. Clear? So this is the normal value for reading an ABJ. So from now onward, please delete this value in your brain, that what is acidosis and what is alkalosis. Okay? Initially I have explained you, but I have already told you the reason why we are supposed to take this mean value. Okay? So now when we get an ABJ, first I will tell you the steps of reading an ABJ. Okay? So what is the first step of reading an ABJ? You have to decide whether this is acidosis or alkalosis based on the pH. Fine. Then the second step is, then we take few ABJs for example. First step is acidosis or alkalosis based on your pH. So we see the pH, we will decide acidosis or alkalosis. Then second step is metabolic. Very good. You have to differentiate between a metabolic or a respiratory problem. So second step is to differentiate between a metabolic or respiratory problem. Okay. One more thing is, how do we differentiate between an acute and a chronic condition? Okay, that I will tell you later. So the second step is respiratory and metabolic. So whether it is metabolic or respiratory problem. So bicarbonated PCO2. Okay, instead of explaining, I will tell you with the examples. Okay, how to read whether it is metabolic or respiratory problem. Then the third step is, we have to decide whether it is compensatory or non-compensatory. So we take examples and then we explain with the ABJs. Okay, this is clear now? Okay. And then one more thing we are supposed to check in the ABJ, that is the PO2 level. 4 and 5 and 6. These are some additional things that we get on the ABJ. Fourth and very important thing is hypoxemia or hypoxemia or hyperoxemia. Okay, we'll decide based on the PO2 level. So PO2 less than 60 is hypoxemia. Okay, and more than 100 hyperoxemia. Okay, then fifth thing is, you can also check for the electrolytes, lactate, glucose, ionized calcium and chloride. Okay, so this will help you in calculating your very good anion gap. This will help you in telling you about any calcium related issues, because ionized calcium is much more better than your serum calcium in interpretation. Okay, so this tells you the exact calcium value. Okay, if ionized calcium is less, we are supposed to add the calcium. Sodium potassium, however, it is not very good idea to intervene on the basis of your ABG, but it can just tell you. Suppose your ABG machine is just beside your bed, you can check, and you can, if it is too much high or low, you can, based on that, you can immediately, suppose your patient is having some abnormal rhythm, potassium value is 7. This is very much correlating. So this is very much helpful for your correlation purpose. And for final confirmation, you can send for serum sodium potassium. But interpretation is this is what 7.1 acidosis. Very good. Then CO2 is high. This is definitely respiratory component. Now bicarbonate is 34. So what do you interpret? What is this? See, bicarbonate is more than normal or less than normal?
More than.
So this is metabolic alkalosis. बोलो ना metabolic alkalosis. So this is metabolic alkalosis. Okay. Okay. And the pH is which parameter is going along with the pH? This one. है ना? So CO2 is usually matching with your pH value. So if it is matching with this pH value, which means this is respiratory acidosis. Okay. So this child has got respiratory acidosis with metabolic alkalosis. Now the question comes is compensation part, and there is definitely hyperoxemia. What you are supposed to do in this case? Please wean off your oxygen level, which is very, very high. Okay, so you can taper off the infusion. Then now in cases of respiratory acidosis, when we don't know whether it is an acute or chronic condition, okay, so in acute usually every book says different thing, but my overall perception is I just remember two values, 2 and 4. For every 10 change of CO2, there will be change of 2 in bicarbonates. Okay, so this is very simple. Don't remember that 1 3.5 or some book says 2.5 or 4.5 and 3.5. Just remember two values, 2 and 4. Okay, 2 for acute, 4 for chronic. Okay, so this is how we are going to remember it. Okay, so then whether it is acute or chronic, how I am going to decide? We cannot decide on the basis of EPG. We need to know the history. Without history, it is very, very difficult to interpret. Okay, but rather we can just make a range. Okay, कि हाँ ठीक है 2, 4 in between 3 are it's okay, compensatory or not. So it doesn't make a big deal that we have missed some acute or chronic or we are not calculating properly, and it is not at all going to change your management part. है ना? This thing I want to tell you that if you don't remember or if you don't feel कि I'm not able to interpret acute and chronic condition and I'm not calculating correctly, it is wrong. Okay, it is only when you're solving your MCQs. So there 100% they'll tell you the history. Without history, they are not going to ask you whether it is acute or chronic. Okay, so how do you calculate compensation? Acute may you have to add or subtract 2, and this thing in acidosis or alkalosis problem, accordingly you have to. So variation in bicarbonate is 2 or 4. Variation in CO2 will be 10 and 10. Okay, so 10 up, 10 down. यहाँ पे 2 up and 2 down, or 4 up or 4 down. Okay, so we'll take only 2. Okay, for us every condition is an acute. Most of the time it is an acute condition. Chronic usually we see over there in medicine. We usually see the acute condition. Chronic basically all that respiratory chronic obstructive diseases or multiple biliary tuberculosis. So I don't think you will come across these problems very frequently. So overall what we have learned, we just have to remember two values now, 2 and 10. So variation of 2, variation of 10. Simple hai? How simple hai? It is very, very simple. So now with this background, now you tell me that it is respiratory acidosis. Now what should be the compensation? When it is respiratory acidosis, for each 10 change matlab if we take from 40, how much change has happened? From 40, how much?
70 change हो गया.
70 change हो गया. तो कितना होगा? What should be the bicarbonate value?
14
होना चाहिए. Correct है ना? 14 होना चाहिए. 14 क्या होना चाहिए? प्लस और माइनस? प्लस. रेस्पिरेटरी एसिडोसिस के लिए प्लस होना चाहिए. मेटाबॉलिक अल्कलोसिस होना चाहिए. यहाँ पे क्या हो रहा है? सेम थिंग है. ओके है ना? 10 है ना? 10 ऑलमोस्ट 10 इंक्रीज हुआ. सो just you take it as normal. Okay, 10 to 14 we can take it as normal only. Slight more compensation we want, but this is also acceptable. Okay, so the child is actually compensating well. Okay, so basically अगर हम add करते हैं, so if I add it, this will be 40, but 10 is also acceptable for me. So we just want little more compensation. It should have been 38. Instead हमारा value is 34. So okay only, ठीक है? At least slight compensation. The child is slightly compensating, which again tell me that the kidney is okay. The kidney is working well, है ना? So another important point in ABG that we know that whether the kidney is working or not. When the compensation is happening, kidney is working. When the compensation is not happening, kidney is not working. Correct? This is not always, but just for an idea. So this ABGA, the CO2 value is 108. The bicarbonate value should have been 38. Instead it is 38. So acceptable. So this is a mixed ABGA. Still for reading, for your answering questions, you can tell this is a mixed ABGA which is showing respiratory acidosis and metabolic alkalosis. Partial compensation बोल सकते हैं. You can tell this as partial compensation. ठीक है? ठीक है? Clear? So this is partial compensated ABGA. ठीक है? So how do you read it? Respiratory acidosis with partially compensated metabolic alkalosis. Clear? Clear? Very good. Then next ABGA is this. Okay. तो normal हो गया. चलो फिर. We take a very थोड़ा सा slight deviation from normal ABGA. Okay. This is huge deviation. Now this is little bit normal. Now what is happening with the child? Can you tell me what is the problem with the child? When the
retention CO2.
Why?
Maybe respiratory depression उसका.
Yes,
CNS problem.
मतलब 100% there is some CNS problem. Okay, acute respiratory problem में तो we are not going to get इतना high CO2. So definitely यहाँ पे there is some CNS component is involved, or there can be hypoxia, prolonged hypoxia leading to accumulation of CO2. But this is less likely. More likely is CNS problem. ठीक है? And because of the CNS problem, the kidney is working well, so the compensation is happening. ठीक है? Okay. So this is how we are going to interpret. So probably this child is having some respiratory problem. ठीक है? Otherwise, if somebody does not have this knowledge, what he is going to do? He is going to give bicarbonate. ठीक है? So this is the importance of, without looking at the bicarbonate, he will just give the bicarbonate based on your pH values. Okay? So please don't give bicarbonate in such conditions. Please read the ABGA completely. Please read the compensation, interpret the condition, and then act accordingly. ठीक है? This is my personal answer. Basic idea of taking the class is not just to tell you the normal value, but to tell you how to interpret this ABGA. ठीक है? Now this child has got pH of 7.490. ठीक है? So 7.490 is normal, abnormal?
Abnormal.
Very good. Why alkalosis?
40.
Please keep on repeating this again and again. So this is 7.49. So this is alkalosis. First step over. Next step. Respiratory metabolic. Bicarbonate is quickly. Bicarbonate is 24 and CO2 is 31.
Respiratory.
This is normal.
Yes,
This is normal or abnormal?
abnormal.
Why it is abnormal?
Less than 40.
40. Please repeat. Less than 40. So that is why this is alkalosis. Which type of alkalosis? Matching with this, so respiratory. Don't jump on to tell कि पहले ये बोल दिया. Always right. 24. If you don't want to be wrong at any point, now you are beginners. Okay. So don't jump on to telling the findings. Please read. Please write. Keep on telling 24 normal, 31 respiratory alkalosis matching with the pH value. Respiratory alkalosis. Clear. Over. Out. Then यहाँ का PO2 value they have not mentioned. वो mentioned 43. We're looking at the ABG, we would feel okay. बढ़िया इतना अच्छा बच्चा है. This is absolutely normal child. See the ABG का PO2.
Hypoxemia.
Yes, he's got hypoxemia. Please put the oxygen. Are you going to ventilate this child? What? Are you going to ventilate this child?
NIV.
Yes or no?
Supplement oxygen.
Very good. Because PO2 is low. So please supplement with the oxygen. Alkalosis means he is breathing faster than normal. Okay, this may be a
more.
washing off more. Maybe because of any pneumonia. Maybe because of anything. Okay, so because he is washing off more and there is hypoxemia, definitely this is a case of pneumonia. Okay, a child who has got no issue, suddenly some drug ingestion is there and he is just washing out, he is breathing fast, or because with no reason he is just breathing fast. You may say this ABGA. Even in some malingering case, they keep on breathing fast, they keep on removing CO2 fast. They may have this ABGA, but your O2 will be normal. Correct? So this is how we are going to interpret. So this abnormal PO2 is indicating some lung issue. Okay. So there is some lung issue which is not compensated. Child is breathing fast. We need to put the oxygen. We need to see the improvement. Okay. Okay. So this is how we are going to interpret the ABGA. And lactate is slightly on the higher side. So probably pneumonia, sepsis. Okay. So this is how we are going to interpret this ABGA. Now we have to say ABGA. You see, lactate is very high child receptive. This is a very good guiding factor for you. Suppose today lactate is 4, next day lactate is 3, 2. We don't need to grade up our antibiotics. Lactate is responding. We need to think of some other things, some other problems which is responsible for worsening of child's condition. Okay. So lactate is very helpful in your day-to-day assessment. Similarly, sodium potassium is very helpful in your assessment. Glucose is again very helpful. Okay. So hypoglycemia immediately you can see and you can intervene. Okay. Rather than waiting for the lab report to come, at least on spot you can diagnose and you can intervene, because we are clinician and we are the best person who can interpret, and we know if the potassium is some 10 or 15 and the child is stable, we are not going to intervene anything. So that is how these values are very important. Okay. And as a clinician, we just don't jump on to act on it. We will see and we will correlate. We are the best person who can correlate. So that's why I am saying that LPG is not just useful for your 1, 2, 3. This is also useful for your 4, 5 and 6 thing. Okay. So always remember these points. Okay. Then coming to the ABGA. Again, now we'll take the examples and then we'll decide. So these things we should remember, first and second and 3. So I'll take this ABGA first. Okay. This is a child. I don't know the history. History is very important to differentiate between an acute and a chronic condition. With this ABGA, there is nobody in the world who can tell you this is an acute condition or chronic condition. Nobody in the world. And when we decide about compensation, it varies in acute and chronic condition. So I will tell you, when you don't have history, how to do, what to do and how to interpret. And if you have history, how you are going to check for compensation. Okay. So we'll take case by case. At present, I don't know about the case, but on the basis of ABGA, what I am going to interpret and what I am going to do, that I am going to tell you. Okay. For example, this is a child who has got pH of 6.9, CO2 of 46, PO2 of 82, and the bicarbonate is 10.8. Okay, now we'll go by step by step method. So first, tell me what is this? Clear? No doubt. First step is over. You have already explained, you have already told. The pH is, every time please tell pH is less than 7.40. So this is acidosis. So this is an acidosis. Correct? Now second step. Now you have to tell me what type of acidosis is this. Okay. And don't jump into telling what it is. First you memorize and tell that what is the problem in this ABGA. Which thing is abnormal. This is normal or abnormal? Yes. Very good. So this is abnormal. What type of abnormality it is? High. So tell that the CO2 is more than 40. So this is more than 40. So this is respiratory acidosis. Okay. Now we look at the bicarbonate. So bicarbonate is low. Less than 24. Very less than 24. So this is less than, very much less than 24. So this is acidosis. Okay. So this is what type of acidosis? Mixed. This is mixed acidosis. Very good. So this is respiratory and metabolic acidosis. Looking at the ABGA, we would rather say this component is more dominant. Okay. So metabolic and respiratory. Overall, this is mixed acidosis. So now I have to tell that, or I have to decide that what should be the expected CO2 for this case. Okay. So that I should know that how much abnormal this CO2 is. Okay. So how do I calculate the compensation? Definitely this is decompensated ABGA. Correct? Compensation means your ABGA should be in the normal limit. Not exactly 7.4, but it should be between 3.5 to 4.5. That is compensatory. But this is definitely some decompensated condition. Okay? So how are you going to decide about the compensation and how much is the compensation? Is it okay or is it not? Okay. So for compensation, or for example, if I want to know what is the expected CO2, there is a formula which you have to remember, you have to do every day. Otherwise, it will be very difficult. If you do it every day, you don't need to memorize or remember it. So that formula is very simple. bicarbonate value multiplied by 1.5
plus 8
plus 8
plus minus
plus minus 2. Very, very simple. Just to simplify it, okay, suppose 1.5 is 1.5 times. Simple. We'll take it as 10. Take a simple values. Okay, so we'll take it as 10. So 10 का 1.5 times is 15. उसको just half कर दो. 17 है तो 8 to the 16. 8 add कर दो. Okay. So ऐसे. This is how you are supposed to add. Don't every time calculate with calculator कि भैया 1.5 multiplied by. Just see half it plus it. ठीक है. For example 20 plus 10, 30 plus 15, 15 plus 7.5. Okay. Easy. So 10 plus 5 is 15 plus 8 plus minus 2. 15 plus 8, 33. 33
to 25
plus minus 2 is 31 to
21 20
oh sorry. This is 23 plus minus 2. So the range is 21 to 25. So this is the normal range of CO2. So expected CO2 in this case is what? 21 to 25. Whereas in our case the CO2 is very, very high. This is 46. What does it mean? So मतलब क्या है? The meaning of this 46 value is the child is not having adequate breathing to compromise that increase in the decrease in bicarbonate level. Ideally, his CO2 has to be very, very low. He should breathe very, very fast to expel out that CO2. But some amount of CO2 is still accumulating. This could be some depression due to the brain injury, or the child may be having some cerebral edema. I don't know. I have to look for the sensorium of the child. Or second reason could be child must be exhausted. He may be going into respiratory failure because of prolonged acidosis. Okay, so these two may be my interpretation. So based on that, I am going to decide. Okay, suppose if the child has gone into decomposition, if I put the NIV and if the brain is intact, child is going to improve. Definitely you are going to see the improvement in CO2 level with your brain respiratory support, with your immediate management, image improvement. But in a child with cerebral edema, the respiratory failure is going to worse, okay, with time. So that is how you are going to interpret this ABGA based on your clinical finding, and you are going to decide what you are supposed to do in that particular patient. Okay, so this is complete reading of an ABGA, and then I will again see the VO2 level, which is normal, 82. Okay, we can accept that. See, the sodium is very, very high, 177. Child may be on some infusion, 3% NaCl, or maybe given some NaCl boluses, multiple boluses outside. That could be the reason of cerebral edema itself. Okay, or this could be the reason of hemorrhage. Okay, so there are many causes of the sodium. Potassium is also very high. So we are going to interpret each and everything. Ionized calcium is normal, lactate is normal. Okay, which means there is no underlying sepsis in this child. Correct? And then we can also check for an ion gap. Okay, so an ion gap and all I'll tell you later. So this is how I am going to check the ABGA. Normal anion gap is 4 to 11, which is written in Nelson. Some book says 5 to 15 is even normal. Okay, so normal anion gap also you are supposed to check. Okay, then I hope this is clear. Any question? No, na? Okay, then we'll take the other example. Okay, now this child, अभी आप लोग बताना. Okay. So 496, PCO2 is 34, bicarbonate is 26. 26 bicarbonate, 34. What is this? First step, or go step by step. Respiratory acidosis, alkalosis. Absolutely right. CO2 less or more? Less. So this is alkalosis, and this is less or more? More than 24. This is alkalosis. Mixed alkalosis. So which suppose if there is a mixed alkalosis, expected CO2, although they say कि वो 7 calculate करो 10, it is difficult to remember. I would still say expected CO2 का formula same can be applied here also. In metabolic both problem conditions, you can apply the same formula of CO2. So when it is 26, expected CO2 would be 26 का half कितना? 13. So 26 plus 13, 39 plus 8, 47 47 plus minus 2
45 to 49.
40 हाँ 45 to
49.
हाँ 45 to 49. So this is 34
Less.
which means what? Slightly more compensation. Slightly is overcompensation. He is breathing faster. He is breathing faster than normal. Okay. So basically this child maybe some success wala case. Okay, which is breathing fast or improving conditions. Okay, or maybe the bicarbonate has been given, which is why he is compensating, but the respiratory component has not counteracting with it, and he is breathing little bit faster. Okay, this could be an interpretation. This child may be given bicarbonate. Okay, and but he is not compensating in that way.
And base cases में ये कैसे decide
It can be drug induced also. There are many conditions of metabolic alkalosis, है ना? Drug induced or etc. So based on only on the basis of history, certain explanation can be given. Like in this ABG, I cannot explain you the reason of metabolic alkalosis. There can be various reasons. Maybe most commonly the iatrogenic cause, bicarbonate is given, or some drug induced, or maybe your Lasix infusion that can also cause metabolic alkalosis. Okay, so there are various reasons. Common one is Lasix and bicarbonate infusion. Okay, I think that's all we have done. This is the last one. Okay, one more ABJ and then we'll close. For this ABJ, pH is 7.48. Okay. Acidosis, alkalosis?
Alkalosis.
Very good. CO2 is 27. Alkalosis, acidosis? Alkalosis.
Alkalosis.
Alkalosis. Acidosis तो नहीं बोलोगे ना? CO2. Now your bicarbonate is 20. Acidosis, alkalosis?
Acidosis.
So which type of problem this is? Respiratory alkalosis. हाँ. तो compensated, decompensated? Please calculate. 40 है ना? 40 से कितना कॉल हुआ?
1.15 कम हुआ है.
Almost 15 कम हुआ है.
3 होना चाहिए, कम होना चाहिए. तो 24 से 21 होना चाहिए, इसका 20 है.
Very good. तो overall normal है because हमने range ऐसे लिया ना. The range we took is still borderline. We even don't know. We have just decided just for our convenience. हमने we have made 2-4 वाला formula. So based on that, we are right.
Compensated respiratory alkalosis.
Very good. Very good. Compensated respiratory alkalosis. Okay. So this is how we are going to interpret the ABGA. I think this is over. I think I have taken all the example. Metabolic alkalosis we have taken, metabolic acidosis taken, respiratory acidosis, respiratory alkalosis. So this is about your ABGA class. I think. Thank you very much.